The A-10 Thunderbolt II, affectionately known as the Warthog, is famed for its devastating GAU-8 Avenger rotary cannon, capable of unleashing 4,200 rounds per minute.
30 mil inbound!
Developed in the 1970s to counter Soviet tanks, this 30mm cannon fires armor-piercing and high-explosive rounds, making it a formidable weapon on the battlefield. Despite early challenges, such as obstructed visibility from firing gas, engineers perfected the A-10 over a decade. Its true potential was revealed during the Gulf War, where it obliterated numerous Iraqi tanks and vehicles. The Air Force has contemplated retiring the A-10, yet its unparalleled effectiveness against armored targets remains vital in modern warfare.
Its favorite thing to do. The gun is the most flexible weapon we have, most of the time most effective, but then we also at the same time too can carry a pretty incredible assortment of different weapons between Maverick missiles, precision guided munitions, rockets, illumination stuff we can use at night, and all different sorts of stuff they're constantly building upon on the Hog, but the gun is still the most effective, flexible weapon we have.
Imagine you're operating an enemy tank. The deep, menacing buzz of cannon fire from an A-10 Thunderbolt II could be the last sound you hear. This is the power of the Warthog's GAU-8 Avenger, a rotary cannon that can sustain 600 revolutions and fire 4,200 rounds per minute, decimating armored vehicles in seconds.
They can't save in the day again, baby.
In the early 1970s, the U.S. Air Force sought the perfect weapon after studying tank warfare in conflicts between Israel and Arab nations. They needed an airplane and a gun capable of annihilating enemy tanks. General Electric won the contract to develop a 30mm ultra-fast cannon designed to fire rounds that could penetrate any tank, armored vehicle, or artillery piece. By 1974, the GAU-8 Avenger was ready for testing. It underwent 60 test flights, firing 39,000 rounds in various maneuvers. Despite initial issues like obstructed visibility and engine suffocation from gas, engineers spent a decade perfecting it. The massive gun, weighing 4,029 pounds with its feed system and drum, can hold 1,150 rounds and has an effective range of 4,101 feet.
This is the ammunition loading adapter that we use on the 30mm gun on the A-10 Thunderbolt II. It's commonly referred to as the ALA or the Dragon. The ALA is powered by the aircraft's hydraulic power through a flex drive. It attaches to the aircraft with the load head, and we have a CIU that attaches to the ammo can that's delivered by ammo. We normally load 575 rounds per can, which adds up to 1,150 for the aircraft. And what it does at the same time, we can upload bullets and download bullets, and this times directly to the gun system.
During Operation Desert Storm, the A-10 and its cannon proved their worth, firing 783,514 rounds in 8,077 combat sorties, destroying 900 Iraqi tanks and thousands of other armored targets. Pilot John Marks described firing the Avenger during the Gulf War. The thing shook the airplane when you pulled the trigger. You could smell the spent casings even with the oxygen mask on. The sound is muffled with all the gear we wear, but you still hear it, he recalled. The GAU-8 is mounted off-center to balance the recoil, preventing changes in the aircraft's pitch or yaw during firing. Despite the A-10's proven combat effectiveness, the Air Force has considered retiring it multiple times. However, the future of armored combat is evolving. The lessons from the war in Ukraine, where Russia lost hundreds of tanks to missiles, artillery, and drones, are being studied. Will the Air Force shift focus to these newer systems and tactics, or will the Warthog's amazing gun continue to play a crucial role in future conflicts? One thing is certain, the GAU-8 Avenger remains a formidable force on the battlefield, instilling fear in the enemy. The A-10 Thunderbolt II and its GAU-8 Avenger cannon, symbols of unmatched power and precision in modern warfare.